Match number 20 of the Tata IPL, and finally we are into the Sunday blockbuster doubleheader contest, because generally in the weekends we do not see doubleheaders anymore. Yesterday we saw only one game. IPL is producing such schedules that Saturday gives you only one game. We have to wait for Sunday to see blockbuster doubleheader contest, and it's a big game today in the afternoon. Mumbai versus Delhi Capitals. I have Damini with me. Damini, once again, welcome to the show. It's a privilege always to have you in the show. But Mumbai, Delhi, both of the teams we can for now say bottom of the table clash. One team has just got one victory against the Chennai Super Kings. The other team's morale is down. Everything is going down. Player captain is getting booed. Things are not looking good inside the dressing room. So how important is this clash for the Mumbai Indians at home? And also one plus point, Surya Kumar Yadav is back for them.
Thank you so much, Preetham. Once again, it is always a pleasure to work with you, to be with you. You're a great host. That's the first thing.
Thank you so
And
much.
this match, of course, it's very important because it's for the top two teams fighting against each other from the bottom. Okay, now, jokes apart, it's about time both these teams pulled up their socks if they
Yeah.
at all firstly want to consider themselves to be even in the part to the place to the playoffs, because it's 20. See, it's a total of 74 matches. Out of the 74 matches, you have to deduct 3 matches, the final and the 2 playoffs. Okay, so
Yeah.
that leaves you with just 71 matches. Out of that, you are allowed, maintaining the net run rate, you are allowed to lose not more than 5 matches. Okay,
6 matches to an extreme.
I'm saying maintaining the net run rate. That
Yeah,
even if one match you mess up the net run rate, you have
that's
a
true.
massive loss. So
True that.
5 is now on an average, you are allowed to lose 5 matches. So 11 matches you have to win, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you're capable. Nobody cares if you want to even qualify for the playoffs. So first thing is competition is cutthroat. That
Yeah.
is what these two teams have to understand. They are reeling at the bottom of the points table right now. Somewhere they are finding it very difficult to come up with something where they can rely that, okay, this is one thing which is strong that we have.
Yeah.
No, they don't have a balanced squad. Somewhere captaincy is a big question, still is
Huge
a big
question mark.
question, especially
Yeah.
with regard to the Mumbai Indians. And that's shocking. It's not surprising, it's shocking, because we're talking about Mumbai Indians, who have a rich legacy of 5 titles, who have a legacy of bouncing back. Now,
Absolutely.
if you look at the past, you have seen in multiple seasons Mumbai Indians starting their campaigns with 5 consecutive losses, right? And after that, they have bounced back and they have ended up winning the
Mentally
titles.
in the playoffs. Yep.
Yes, but Preetham, I am asking you this question, and of course, I place this question in front of our audience as well. Looking at this current Mumbai Indians squad, they have lost 3 matches. We don't know what's going to happen today against the Delhi Capitals. Maybe they can win. There's no doubt about it. Of course, they can win. They should win. But speaking about comebacks, just talk from a neutral point of view. Does this Mumbai Indians look from any way that they are capable enough to bounce back from where they are right now, even if they
I
start by losing 5 matches?
Even if they lose today, even if they lose the next match, I'll be brutally honest, they have the capabilities to bounce back and make it to the playoffs. It's just that the things which are going inside the back room, the captainship, to be very honest, I somehow understand the fans' point of view, what the reason they are good doing it to the Hardik Pandya. But after a couple of months, yeah, he's going to represent Team India as well. So in that reason, franchisee and the Indian cricket comes to a question mark. But performance is impacting him as well. But yes, if you look into this, something big, something breaking can come into the mid-season. Suppose he can hand over the captaincy to Rohit Sharma, and things can be different. Things cannot be different as well. Things can be positive, negative. Even after Rohit Sharma becomes the captain once again after 7 games, MI can still be in the bottom half of the table. We can see that. But right now, if you see on paper, this Mumbai Indians team is a champion. Yeah, they are playing
On
with the top
papers, but
six.
yeah, but on papers, you're not playing the game. You're not playing the IPL on papers, are you? You have to go on the field, and on field is a very, very different scenario with what
But
is on
Damini,
paper.
if I tell
Yeah.
you one thing, on field, if you only perform when you have the 12th man, what is the advantage of having a 12th man? If the 12th man of your team is just booing 10 players and just backing one player, which is who is not the captain anymore, you will not be confident of playing in the game. That's where it's impacting Mumbai Indians hugely, is because they are not getting the crowd support anywhere they visit. You
See, the
talk
thing
about a
is,
Chennai Super Kings
why
day
are
before
we so concerned?
yesterday.
This that is exactly what this the crux of this video is forming. Why are we so concerned to even think about talking about Mumbai Indians? Why are we wanting Mumbai Indians is at the bottom of the points table? See, I don't know which team you are supporting personally. You don't know which team I am supporting personally. Right now, we are talking as cricket fans, cricket analysts
Yeah,
who want a top team like Mumbai Indians to play like the legacy they've always had in the past 16
it's
years
the
in the
name
IPL. They have owned
Mumbai
it.
Indians.
It's the same Mumbai Indians. And would you believe it? This Mumbai Indians for the past not one, not two, but three consecutive seasons is not struggling. It is massively struggling. And this season, the less we talk about what they are doing outside the cricket field, the better
Absolutely.
for them, because they are relentlessly, especially the Mumbai Indians' management. I'm sorry to say, but this is the naked truth. They are messing things up pathetically.
And
There
it's
is
the
no player
management's fault.
management.
Absolutely.
There is no player management. There is no mutual respect. And see, there are rumors afloat that, very unfortunate, Rohit Sharma perhaps has dropped that ultimatum that maybe after
We,
this is
we
his
will
last
not see
season
him
with Mumbai
for
Indians.
Mumbai Indians anymore. Not just Rohit
From the
Sharma,
upcoming IPL, from the
for a
upcoming
probably of a Jasprit
IPL.
Bumrah as well.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Rohit Sharma perhaps for any other franchise from the next season. He'll be available for the auctions, but with a very heavy heart, we will have to accept that Rohit Sharma's last season is this season with the Mumbai Indians.
Absolutely rightly said.
Should have had anybody ever imagined something like this to ever happen? And with somebody like a Rohit Sharma, I set one example whenever I do my shows, and I have my critics, my fans posing me a question that how would I have analyzed this Rohit Sharma thing. I always place one example, and I think every corporate management and corporate employee will relate to this example which I said. And the example is like, just take an example of a middle-aged employee who's working for a corporate company for like 20 years. Okay,
Yeah,
he has worked his
exactly.
life out. He has ignored his family. He has worked way more than what the company deserves, and the company's earning is $1 billion industry today, thanks to that particular employee's relentless efforts, right? After 20 years, all of a sudden, a manager who's like the half the age of that senior employee
Yeah,
just been appointed. That manager has just been appointed because he's friends with the management, or maybe he's some very flamboyant person. He comes up to that senior employee and he says the reason that you've worked for 20 years and you have worked so hard, we are so grateful to you. As a gift, here's your termination letter. The senior employee says, I don't understand this. You're like, no, this is what it is. You're getting this termination letter. We are terminating you because you've worked hard for 20 years. That's how the corporate world works. We don't need your services. Thank
absolutely.
you. Is this how
That's and
this is
is
how
this how
Rohit
you
Sharma,
treat?
this is
Is
how
this how
Rohit
you
Sharma
treat?
has been treated? And
And
hard,
I'm
hard
sure, I'm sure when his captaincy was handed over to Hardik, there was not much communication that was provided to Rohit Sharma as well.
not much. There was no communication. Come on,
That,
let's speak facts. Let's speak facts. There was no communication.
we have seen his wife also speaking in the social media that there's a lot of lies in it, and it is very much injustice. And even for Hardik Pandya, the reason why Hardik Pandya is getting the bashing is the three games I've watched. He's completely enjoying that factor of the crowd booing him, and he's enjoying the things.
It's
Come on,
sad.
man, you have taken a leadership of an Indian captain whom you are going to play under 2 months and representing your country in a World Cup stage. So that's not got done. Let's move on to this game right now, Damin. Let's keep our focus to this game.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
important this game is for both the sides. Let's move on to the head-to-head between these two sides. When it comes to the head-to-head, dominating performance from the Mumbai Indians. But if you can tell me, Wankhede Stadium, what does it like for the Mumbai Indians? Can Mumbai Indians start this home season with a victory against the Delhi Capitals in an afternoon game?
It looks difficult because see, but the IPL is like a roller coaster until now. It's in its third week, almost towards the end of the third week, and you've noticed one thing, that the first 9 matches the home teams were winning.
Yeah,
Then suddenly the trend broke, and now for the last couple of matches it's the home teams who are losing. So
yeah,
moral of the story is, you cannot like guarantee which team is going to win. Yeah, you can say the team that plays the better brand of cricket will be winning. Even the head to heads are not
absolutely.
going to give you any proper confirmation,
Exactly.
right? Or even if you dig into the stats. Now, coming to this particular match that will be played today, still, since we are speaking so much, we are so concerned about on papers things. So on papers, definitely it's the Delhi Capitals, which looks a much better side as compared to Mumbai Indians, because even in the points table, they are a bit higher placed as compared to Mumbai. And of course, Delhi Capitals, take a look at that recent match they won against the Chennai Super Kings. How
Yeah.
dominantly they started their journey with that victory against the Chennai Super Kings, where CSK were looking so dominant again. So they have worked out that secret in beating the CSK. But of course, again, that thumping loss
But
to,
where was that worked out homework against the Kolkata Knight Riders? They got hammered.
I was coming to that. See, again, that thing completely got messed up against the Kolkata Knight Riders. All the hard work against the CSK got completely messed up. Now, Kolkata Knight Riders were a completely not a better side, but a possessed side that night. It was all Sunil Narayan
That night.
and co. Sunil Narayan and co at that night. But on the part of Delhi Capitals, there was technically no fight from them. They had completely given it up, and again, a champion side like Delhi Capitals giving aware their management boasts of some of the legends of the game, sort of Ganguly, Ricky Ponting. Like captaincy can never go for a toss there. No chance. Rishabh
Also,
Pant,
is it too much of brainstorm from the management? Some like you mentioned, you have a sort of Ganguly, Ricky Ponting sitting next to each other, both giving their opinions. Is that destroying our Delhi Capitals? I somehow feel so.
I don't think so. I would not agree to that, because I think sort of Ganguly and Ricky Ponting are people of such stature that they may know how to maintain mutual understanding and respect between them. They are not the Mumbai Indians management who rather focus on ego clashing. They are
Okay.
very mature, very respectable legends, absolute legends of their own, with a lot of brain, perfect for captaincy. And Rishabh Pant, well, that one solitary mistake of not taking the DRS against Sunil Narayan might just be biting him
It
back
was
so bad.
twice.
But yeah,
It was
but
twice. Yeah, I would
yeah,
understand that.
yeah,
But when it comes to head to head, it doesn't look like. But it's time we move on to the pitch report.
please.
And pitch report at the Wankhede Stadium, it's always a belter, Damini. 50 times the team has batted first as one, 59 times the team has batted second as one. It's a day game. Do you still see that chasing is the motto at this ground?
uh, See, the last game, if you see the last game, it was not a very high scoring game. If you recall the last game, which Mumbai Indians unfortunately lost. Okay,
It was
so
dominated by Rajasthan Royals, to be honest.
dominated completely because Rajasthan Royals are playing the better brand of cricket in this
Yep.
IPL, right? You Whether you post a 150 or a 200, Rajasthan Royals, you have to be very careful because they
Yep.
are playing the better brand of cricket. Mumbai Indians messed it up. Okay, now Wankhede has seen two extreme sides. It has been a very high scoring ground, it has been a moderate scoring ground, and a low scoring ground as well. But now, since the summers are in sea, and Mumbai is a very hot place in the
Yep.
summers, so I personally feel that batting first might not be a very good choice. Winning the toss, teams should definitely opt to defend here.
Opt to defend or
Yeah.
opt to chase? Or you're saying opt to defend in a day game?
Uh, what I think. Oh,
So
sorry.
batting second,
Batting second. The teams should opt to bat second
chase.
here. My
Yeah,
bad.
okay.
Opt to
No
chase here.
problem with that. So Damini says teams should definitely win the toss and let to chase, which is definitely the ploy at the Wankhede Stadium. And I rightly say because it's a small ground, even a 200, 220 is chaseable at this ground if you have a good batting unit. When it comes to what does the team lie, let's move on to the schedules for both the sides.
Yeah.
Damini, quickly, for the Mumbai Indians, they lost the previous game at home against the Rajasthan Royals. They face the Delhi Capitals today at a day game again at the Wankhede Stadium. Another home game, which is against their arch rivals, I should say, the Royal Challengers Bangalore, who is
Yeah.
even not playing well, just like them. So, how important are these two games for somebody like a Mumbai Indians? If you want to turn the tables, get into two back-to-back wins, they can do that because the opponents are pretty much weak. Can they
Yeah.
potentially do it against the Delhi Capitals and Royal Challengers Bangalore?
See, for Mumbai Indians, now what should matter to them is winning. They should not think about who the opponent is, whether the opponent is weak, quote unquote, weak or not, head to head, whether Mumbai Indians has a better record than them. They shouldn't be focusing on these other factors. Their main target should be now to win as many matches as possible. Take every
Yep,
game separately. Don't let the outside noise bother you. Don't let your management get on your head. It's the management's job. Management loves to poke their nose in employees'
correct.
personal lives, personal matters, for reasons best known to them. But Mumbai Indians players need to take things seriously. Captain Hardik Pandya needs to start motivating his players, motivate himself, and win as many matches as possible from now on.
Absolutely. So you're saying Hardik has to lead the side pretty well and has to win as many games as possible, like you explained at the beginning of the show. Going to their opponents, the Delhi Capitals, like you said, against the Chennai Super Kings, they were good, but again, they lost it completely. One horse loss against the Kolkata Knight Riders. Then they went on. They faced the Mumbai Indians today, and then a Lucknow Super Giants they faced later on. Two away games on the road. Do you see it's a tough fixture against the Lucknow and Mumbai? Can they potentially win any of them?
Against the Mumbai Indians, I would definitely give it to Delhi Capitals. They should be winning it against the Mumbai Indians. Lucknow Super Giants, they should be a bit careful because remember that match against the Punjab Kings, how they bounced back from the jaws of defeat, they snatched victory. So against Lucknow, they have to be a bit careful.
Okay, so for against Lucknow they can be careful, but against the Mumbai Indians, I should say Wankhede is a neutral stadium. We can see a high scoring venue today. Talking about these two games, these two teams rather, Mumbai and Delhi, we have to definitely bring you Damini the best match till date, and it was a day game. I must tell you. Let's bring in the best match till date between these two sides. And talking about this, it was the Jason Roy show. If you could remember this game, Damini, it was the
Yeah.
Delhi Daredevils who won this game at the day game against the Mumbai Indians. Can you recall this game?
It was a lovely, electrifying match, and one of those very rare games, which was a nail biter, high scoring, no doubt, but it was a nail biter till the
Yeah,
last over, till the last ball. This match
yeah,
went, and it was a Jason Roy show. He was unstoppable, and Delhi had almost like both Delhi and Mumbai. They were on the edge of the seats. The fans. Even the fans, the neutral fans, the not the local MI or DC fans, they were
yeah.
also glued to the screens. And this was a fantastic game. Jason Roy was outstanding. Mumbai, I just remember one thing that what stood out for Delhi was that they lost wickets less as compared to Mumbai, which of course the scorecard also says here. For Mumbai, the batting was collective, and for Delhi, it was more of a one man show in Jason Roy.
Yeah, absolutely, and I absolutely agree because at that time this Englishman was at its peak. Similarly, 1 year later they dominate the World Cup as well. Jason Roy at the top opening for the England as well. So yes, this was rightly said. Talking about these two teams and their best players, we have to look into the players to watch out for. And these are the three players I've chosen each side. It's time. Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya has to step up, and I think this game is a perfect game for them to step up. Gerald Kodzi has been taking for a big bunch of money, but he can also perform because I think Delhi is some team who always invites the out of form players to come and perform against us. Similarly, for the Delhi Capitals, Tristan Stubbs impressed me a lot last game. Hearing rumors about Mitchell Marsh not being available for this game, so this could be a blessing in disguise for somebody like a Jake Fraser Magog and an Hendrik Nokia. Not has been at his best, but can the overseas bunch of players for Delhi Capitals step up? Similarly, for the Mumbai Indians, can these three players step up for you?
Mumbai Indians looks good. All the selection definitely. Rohit Sharma is a star. Hardik Pandya. If we keep his captaincy aside, I think as a player he's doing a decent job until now for
Absolutely.
the Mumbai Indians. Gerald Kwesi is excellent as a bowler. For the Delhi Capitals, I would rather go for Rishabh Pant, the player to
Okay.
watch out for because
Has
of
got
course
two fifties back to back.
yeah, 250s back to back, and that fiasco KKR match, Rishabh Pant was the standout fighter
Yep.
for the Delhi Capitals. So I would rather remove Jake and put Rishabh Pant here.
Okay, so you're bringing in Rishabh Pant. His left-hand batting is going to be very, very important for Delhi Capitals and his stadium like Wankhede. I don't want to prefer to speak much, but hope he comes out well with his bat. But it's time we move on to the top three battles to watch out for. Going for the battles, I must say Khalil Ahmed has been swinging the ball pretty well. I don't know where was his swing versus Kolkata Knight Riders. Khalil versus Ishan Kishan could be one ploy. Tilak Verma versus Mukesh Kumar. Mukesh Kumar was missed badly in the previous game against Kolkata. And somebody like a Tristan Stubbs with an Gerald Kodzi. Any addition, any battle you want to see apart from these three? If not, which battle are you most eager to watch out for in these three?
No, I think this looks good. Ishan Kishan and Khalil Ahmed definitely. I'm interested in this first one. This first one
Okay.
looks really good. But one matchup I'm really interested to watch is Rishabh Pant versus either Hardik or Jasprit Bumrah.
Oh
Indian bowler.
wow, that's something very interesting. Jasprit Bumrah versus a Rishabh Pant, the Yorker man versus a bright star whom we want to see in Indian colours, and the rest too. So you're saying Khalil Ahmed versus Ishan Kishan, somebody to
Yes,
watch out
yes.
for at the beginning because Ishan has not been amongst the runs, but even he has to score runs to keep his door open for the potential T20 World Cup as well. Rightly said, top three batters to watch out for. She has added Jasprit Bumrah versus Rishabh Pant. Oh wow, what a contest you have just said. That completes the battles. It's time we move on to the predicted playing 11. Damni, talking about the home side, firstly, welcoming back number three, Surya Kumar Yadav has been declared fit. He is back amongst the big. Naman Dhir was decent, but you have somebody like Surya coming back. Unfortunately, he's going to miss out this place. And talk us through this playing 11. Any changes for you? I want to see somebody like a Nuwan Thusara getting an opportunity. He was supposed to get an opportunity last game, but two back-to-back wickets, and we saw Deval Brevis coming in as an impact player in the second over of the match in IPL, I think, for the first time. So talk us through this playing 11. Any changes for you?
Good news is Surya Kumar is back. I think that was the major change, the major boost they needed in their batting. The world number one T20 batter, Mr. 360, after
Yeah.
AB de Villiers. No, Mumbai Indians should just stick to their basics. No chopping, changing as of now. They should just stick to their basics. This playing 11 looks
And
good.
that's when you bounce back, because good teams don't tend to make such changes, and they bounce back as a unit. And I wish that Mumbai bounces back, not today because it's my Delhi Capitals, but hopefully in the going future. But going for the opponents, which is the Delhi Capitals, no Mitchell Marsh, as I said. Jake Fraser Mugger is back. And according to me, he can be definitely looked into. Abhishek Porel at number 6 can be the impact player as well. They are going to they definitely missed some of the service of Kuldeep Yadav the previous game, someone like Mukesh Kumar as well. The team on paper looks good, as I said before. How much do you see the potential to performing in the big game against the Mumbai Indians today?
Given the current form of Mitchell Marsh, I don't think his not being in the playing 11 will affect Delhi Capitals by any
Yeah,
means, because there are other very talented players there. Missing out Kuldeep Yadav in that match against the Kolkata Knight Riders was a huge blow, which they will definitely be
exactly.
doing now. Kuldeep Yadav would have been an asset for them. Abhishek Podal is a fantastic impact player. Of course, that match against Punjab Kings, 20th over, 20 runs, he was superb. So impact player substitute game, Delhi have aced it. And my vote also, thanks Preetham. This is one point where we should be mutually agreeing, because my vote definitely, hands down, goes to Delhi Capitals. And of course, more so because
Okay.
Delhi is my home ground, more my
Okay.
hometown.
Yeah,
So my
I would want to hold your horses out there, because we will now move on to the predicted playing 11. We are done. It's time for the predictions time now. And it's match number 20. Here you can make your predictions, Damini. It's Mumbai versus Delhi. And where do you go to? Where does the pendulum go? Mumbai home team, Delhi away team. Both teams need a victory. Where do you see this going towards?
Delhi Capitals, both emotionally and analytically. Emotionally
Okay.
because it's my hometown, and analytically because on papers, IPL points table, every corner, Delhi Capitals looks a much better side, much balanced, much disciplined compared to the Mumbai Indians.
Okay, so she has made her predictions. Team of Blues are facing each other. She has gone to the Capitals now more than the Indians. We are done with match number 1 of the Tata IPL blockbuster doubleheader today. It's match number 20 is done, and Super Sunday excels more, because now let's move on to match number 2. Now it's time for the second game of the Tata IPL Sunday blockbuster today. It's at the Ekana Stadium, Lucknow versus Gujarat Titans. Orko is with me. Orko, once again, good game between these two sides. Lucknow coming out for a victory against a Punjab Kings, and now Gujarat losing the game against the Punjab Kings. So, what do you look into this fixture? Can Lucknow continue their home win, or do you see Gujarat bouncing back?
Well, it's a very evenly matched game, firstly, and I think Lucknow will have the upper hand because they're coming with some good form and they are won at home as well. They know the conditions better, so I think they have the team which can, challenge Gujarat enough to maybe accumulate a win out of this game.
Okay, so you're saying that, but I must tell you, Orko, it's time we move on to the head-to-head between these two teams. And if you look into the head to head, it's 4-0. Gujarat Titans has dominated this fixture 4 times, and can at the Ekana Stadium, Lucknow has a good form. 4 times they have won victorious while losing twice. But last time we remember that game against the Gujarat Titans, Lucknow, at the end, KL Rahul and Lucknow choked that low scoring encounter, and Gujarat Titans came out victorious. Can you talk us through this game? We are now seeing a different pitch at the Ekana Stadium today. Can we see a high scoring encounter?
Well, certainly, because Lucknow has a lot of batting depth of late. They've got a wonderful middle order led by people like Puran out there. I think they can maybe somewhere use Deepak Huda as well, maybe in the top of the order at number 3 or somewhere. But I think that they are underutilizing Padikkal a bit because they put him at 3. He's just doing what he's done in Rajasthan. But let's see, time will tell whether they promote him up or whether Rahul comes down. That's all about time that will tell us.
Okay, but yes, I am also looking into Padikkal has to perform against Gujarat Titans today. But it's time we move on to the pitch report. And when it comes to the Ekana Stadium, Orko, what do you think? What really lies? But we have seen a different surface this season. Can we see a potentially high-scoring encounter? It's a sluggish kind of a wicket. The pitch, the ball stops here, but we saw Mayank Yadav is making his name in the stadium. So can we potentially see another high-scoring encounter today?
Well, possibly so. We know that Ekana has largely been a very sluggish ground, and maybe with time the pitch will get slower. But as of now, it does look like a ground where you can expect a run fest. I'm not saying you'll go after like 200, 220, but yes, certainly maybe a 180, 190 kind of pitch is possible. And with both teams having some world class batters out there, I think if the combinations are put in order, maybe we may see a high scoring game. But I think the pitch will not really matter in terms of dew because Lucknow largely doesn't have much dew in there. So the toss really doesn't matter. It's just the team that bats and bowls well which will take the 2 points.
Okay, so toss is not a factor you're saying, but toss is a factor in the statistics. We will see what happens today at 7 p.m. It's time we move on to the schedules for both the sides. And going to the Lucknow Super Giants and its schedule, they won the previous game against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. It was a thumping victory. They defended a target, but today they face the Gujarat Titans at home. Then they host the Delhi Capitals. Can they potentially make it a two out of two at home?
Most certainly. They have a good home record. They're doing well. They have all the resources in them. They have found a bowler like Mayank Yadav and they've got good spinners as well. Kunal's been doing well. Bishnoi has been a bit lackluster, but we know that talent can obviously perform at any time. So they have the team that can, do the thumping wherever required in the coming two games. And given the recent form of both Gujarat and Delhi, we never know. I think the tougher game would be the first one coming up. Maybe the Delhi game would be a cakewalk for Lucknow. Who knows?
Okay, so you potentially say this game could be a very important game for the Lucknow Super Giants. Similarly, if we go to their opponents, the Gujarat Titans, they face this one and they go to Savai Mansingh Stadium facing the mighty Rajasthan Royals. How important are their fixtures now? Because they lost the previous game against the Punjab Kings, scoring a high encounter, 200 target, but Punjab out of nowhere chased down the target. So the morale should be down for the Gujarat Titans. How can a young captain like Shubman Gill bounce back?
Well, the immediate fixture that is coming up today will be a very important one for them to get 2 points out of. Both the games being away, but I would consider the Rajasthan game being a bit more tougher for them to get past. So I think they will have to come hard at this game. And talking about the captaincy of Gill has impressed me a lot. I mean, obviously people say that he's just a microphone or a mouthpiece to Ashish Nehra's tactics, but ultimately what you do on the field doesn't really require or the presence of such a mentor. I think that he certainly has his own little brain and he has enough guts to make such moves, and he's made some very fine moves. I know there are a few things that they can tinker in their batting lineup, but overall I think Gill has been a standout captain of late.
Okay, so yes, I do agree with that because no matter how much Ashish Nehra provides the information, it's that man who has to stand in short cover and do all the things. So credit where it's due, and I think rightly said. But talking about these two teams and the best match to date, we have seen they faced each other 4 times only. It was very easy to choose, and I definitely chose one, Orko. And it's this game last season, as I said before, 136 was the target for the Lucknow Super Giants. Out of nowhere, they came back into this game. And how did KL Rahul and his partners choke this game, Orko?
Well, absolutely. The Afghan brothers, Gujarat, which they had in Rashid Khan, they had Noor Ahmed. They obviously choked them off and used the conditions pretty well. And in that low-scoring thriller, also they out of nowhere emerged victorious and ensured that the target was defended. So Gujarat does have a bunch of good players and largely Afghanistan talents. And we never know if the pitch stays the same way; they will certainly come good.
Absolutely, and this was the first game we saw the potential of Mohit Sharma, the death bowler, and he announced himself from this game, and then it carried on last year at the final. It was, and everything was there at his place. But yes, rightly said, it's time we move on to the top three players to watch out for. And talking about the Gujarat Titans, here are the three players I've picked: Sai Sudarshan, Noor Ahmed, and Vijay Shankar. I don't know the reason why Nehra is backing Vijay Shankar so much. I don't see his possible place in the playing 11, but if he's back, he has to perform. Is the reason why I've kept him. For the Lucknow Super Giants, Marcus Stoinis, Devdutt Padikkar, and that man has to stay. The rising star as this now, he has to be carefully maintained. But can my first question, keeping it outside the IPL, do you really see him part of the T20 World Cup? I don't, to be very honest. It's too early. But do you potentially see him part of the Australia?
Yes, he certainly can be a very integral member for the team for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Too early to talk about the T20 World Cup just yet because I think most of our team is 80% sorted as to who are going in, unless there are some unpleasant situations like injuries or complete lack of form among players. I don't see him in the T20 World Cup just yet, but yes, he'll be very crucial in those bouncy, swing-favouring pitches of Australia for sure.
Absolutely, and 100% agree. But talk us the rest of the five players about this game.
Well, certainly Sai Sudarshan, he's like a bankable, run scoring player at number three. He's a very, very capable player, and especially in tracks like these where you get high quality spin from the other end, I think Sai Sudarshan with his sweep shots and his run accumulation between the wickets will be very critical. And yes, Shubman Gill is another such player who obviously doesn't need any mention. And then comes Noor Ahmed. Yes, he's someone like a talisman. I think Rashid Khan has been someone whom teams have looked to neutralize by not taking risks, but they certainly go after Noor Ahmed and hand him wickets. He's someone whom people consider to be like a left arm form of Rashid Khan, and
Yeah.
he's only going to grow. As you said, Vijay Shankar, even earlier, he's a bit of a controversial pick. And I would say, with the loss of David Miller, if they don't have someone who can hit in the middle order, someone like Abhinav Manohar or a Shah Rukh Khan, Vijay Shankar is
Exactly.
only giving them what Shubman Gill, Kane Williamson, and Sudarshan does. So the strike rates are going to be affected. So I'm not very sure whether he should be in the side. But again, it's too early. We know that he's a class player and he may come good as well. Then comes to Stoinis. He's due of some performance. He did show some signs versus RCB, but yes, a big performance from the big player is yet to come. And Padikkal has a point to prove. I know he's playing out of position, but he has to prove himself at whatever level he's provided to play at. Or if he's tried at opening, then I think that the results will come sooner than later.
Yeah, even I want to see him bat at the top of the order. But yes, it's time for these players to perform and come get into form and score some runs on the board. Rightly said, the three players to watch out for. It's time we move on to the three batters I have chosen. And the battles here, it is a Noor Ahmed versus a KL Rahul at the top. We might see a Mayank Yadav versus a Shubman Gill. I am excited to see this one. And a Rashid Khan versus Nicholas Puran. Three hot battles. Orko, any changes, any other battle you want to see? If not, which is the battle you're most eager to watch?
Well, all the three battles are very, I mean, mouth-watering to watch because KL is very good against spin. And Noor Ahmed, if he comes in at that point of time, he obviously will challenge Rahul a bit. Rahul likes to sweep the ball, and Noor Ahmed provides a bit of turn, and it'll be difficult to sweep him. Shubman Gill, again, a wonderful player of both pace and spin, but we all know the kind of havoc Mayank Yadav is causing.
Yeah,
And Shubman has this little bit of problem against back of length deliveries, and with that
correct.
much pace, you never know what Mayank can do. And the third battle, I think, will be the most critical battle because if Puran gets out, Lucknow's score is down by almost 30, 40 runs because he's that quick fire anchor for them,
Yeah.
which currently Stoinis isn't able to do. If Rashid wins the battle, then Lucknow is in doldrums. If Puran gets going, then we never know. Lucknow will run away with the match. So I think the third battle will be the most crucial one to watch.
I expected that no matter how good Mayank Yadav is, I expected a Puran versus Rashid to be the best battle to watch out for out of these three. We're done with the battles. Orko, it's time we move on to the predicted playing 11. Starting with the home side, Lucknow Super Giants, I don't see any changes. And M. Siddharth impressed me a lot against Bangalore as well. So, what's your take on this playing 11? Do you still see somebody like an Ayush Badoni continue? Or do you want to tend to an Deepak Huda into that playing 11? Or is this 11 sorted?
Well, I certainly feel that Deepak Huda should play because he's an experienced campaigner and he can give you wonderful fielding and a bit of off spin as well. And we know that he can come good at any position. If suppose Rahul promotes himself down the order, you can play Huda at three, you can put Padikkal in the opening. So there are certain options that, because of the multifaceted players Lucknow have, I think they can certainly try such moves. I think over a Badoni, Huda should continue, but the rest of the squad pretty much stays the same. And M. Siddharth, obviously a very impressive bowler. He's like what we see in Australia in the form of Chris Green. He's someone who bowls that drifters, those arm balls, that quick-paced spin that he bowls. Of course, he's a left-handed form of Chris Green, I would say. So he's a very useful bowler to have, especially in the sluggish conditions of Lucknow. And the rest of the team will pretty much stay the same.
Okay, so you're still saying stick with the 11 for the Lucknow Super Giants. A little bit of here and there for Deepak Huda as well. But going to their opponents, the Gujarat Titans, I'm still not convinced the number 6, Vijay Shankar. Hopefully, David Miller is fit and playing today. But what's your take on this one? They found Noor Ahmed, the problem solver, in place of a Spencer Johnson or a Joshua Little. Do you still stick with this 11?
Well, I think they have a certain amount of tinkering that may be required, especially if Miller is not there. Like I mentioned before, they can try someone like Shah Rukh and maybe Manohar. And, if they accommodate Williamson, they play at the top three. But then again, Sudarshan moves to number four. That'll again become a problem. So they do need someone who can do that pinch hitting role. And I think no one better than Manohar or Shah Rukh Khan for that matter. And even in their bowling, I think instead of an Alkande, maybe they can look at Karthik Tyagi because he's a very promising bowler and he's from UP. So this match is happening in Lucknow. So he may know the conditions well, and I think that will be the best place to try him out. Other than that, this entire team looks the same, but there are too many anchors up front, so I think they need a basher in the middle over there, provided Miller doesn't play.
100%. And here is one thing I just thought about, Orko. What if you do not have a Miller fit? What if you don't play a Kane Williamson? You add somebody like Avinav Mano at 5. Shah Rukh Khan at 6, that gives you one more overseas option to play. Why not dropping somebody like an Umesh Yadav and playing either of a Joshua Little or a Spencer Johnson to strengthen your bowling?
Absolutely, very valid point, I would say, because they have a lot of Indian batting talent, so they can certainly use them enough and maybe use a bit more foreign talents in their bowling. And Spencer, I don't think he's been that bad to be dropped. He's been dropped a bit too soon. They have been a bit hasty, I believe. And Joshua Little obviously is a veteran T20 bowler, so to try them both or any one among them is certainly a possibility.
Okay, so you also agree with me. We'll see what Nera G and that think tank do that at the toss. But it's time we move on to the predictions time now. Orko, big game, match number 21, LSG versus GT. Where is the pendulum heading towards?
I think it's a bit tilted towards Lucknow because it's their home game. They're used to the condition. They're coming from a win. And I think the team is pretty much sorted. They just need to handle a bit of Padikkal, Rahul's batting position. Maybe look at bringing in a Huda or a Prerak Mankad out there. But otherwise, their batting and bowling looks pretty much sorted. So I think they have the upper hand. But we can't write out Gujarat as well because Gill and his captaincy has been doing well. So it'll be a nail biter, I believe. But I think Lucknow have the upper hand.
Okay, so he made his predictions, but he was not convinced with his predictions. He says a pendulum him towards Lucknow, but we might see surprises. We can see Rahul Tewatia leading the charge in the middle order and finishing things off for the Gujarat Titans. So yes, things are done. We're done with both the double headers. Thank you so much, Orko. Thank you to Damini as well. It was wonderful having both of you in the channel. Let's enjoy today's game. Match number 1 of the double header today. MI versus DC at the Wankhede Stadium. Then we move on to the evening game. Gujarat versus Lucknow at the Ekana Stadium. It's cracking Sunday. Enjoy and don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon. Enjoy Super Sunday and bye bye.